Welcome to 26 for 26, where I present 26 microgenres of film going through the alphabet. A is for avant-garde cinema, is a non-narrative filmmaking style that breaks from traditional conventions, prioritizing artistic expression, innovation, and formal experimentation over commercial appeal, often exploring abstract concepts, surrealism, or alternative storytelling to challenge perceptions and push creative boundaries. That all sounds terribly theoretical, so let's break it down. Number 1. The lack of narrative. This does not mean that there isn't a narrative at all, but that it's not as cohesive or straightforward as that of a typical film. Often playing with elliptical storytelling that repeats themes and scenes, unclear causality where things appear to happen out of order, or fragmented time. The narrative is not the focal point of the film. Number 2. The experimental form. Unusual editing with quicker than normal cuts, weird camera angles, abstract sound design, or even are all frequently used in avant-garde cinema. Even more experimental are direct alterations of the film stock by drawing on or even partially destroying the medium. Number 3. The emphasis on subjective experience. Avant-garde cinema often inspects inner worlds and perceived realities rather than objective truths, relying on dream logic, sensation, and emotion as driving forces. And number 4. Challenging the viewer. Instead of creating a pleasant experience, avant-garde cinema is often made to feel confusing or repetitive in order to evoke a reaction. Why would I want to subject myself to this, you may ask? Because this is where the edges of the art form of film are explored. A thorough understanding of what film can and cannot be creates a new frame of reference for your viewing experience, making you aware of subtler filmmaking choices. There's a lot of contemporary filming techniques and lauded filmmakers that owe a lot to avant-garde cinema. Popular examples are jump cut, a rapid cut forward in time or position that is widely popular today for its attention-grabbing impact. This kind of cut was first used by avant-garde filmmakers to disrupt the typical narrative expectations. Non-linear storytelling, used famously in Christopher Nolan's reverse-engineered Memento, Charlie Kaufman's clashes of subjectivity and reality in both Synecdoche, New York and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or episodic storytelling, often used by Quentin Tarantino, for example, all rely on the breaking of typical A to B narratives that avant-garde cinema championed. David Lynch's entire filmography relies heavily on avant-garde filmmaking techniques, blending the experimental with the tried and true to create his own signature style. While filmmakers like Gaspar Noé with his flashing lights or Lars von Trier with his shaky cam experiment with form a lot while still maintaining a straightforward narrative, others like Godfrey Reggio with the Qatsi trilogy or Ron Frick with Samsara, Baraka and Kronos eliminate the narrative entirely, focusing solely on emotion evoked through images and score. All of these are popular influences of avant-garde cinema into mainstream filmmaking. So how do I get into avant-garde cinema? Start light. Good choices for beginners might be Meshes of the Afternoon, Un chien andalou, La Jetée, Persona, all of which have a certain narrative structure and do not solely rely on abstract imagery. Work your way through short films by filmmakers like Stan Brakhage, Deren, or early Kenneth Anger. By starting short, you avoid being overwhelmed and turned off the experience immediately. Return to films. Rewatch those that stick with you. Try to find different angles and details. On your next step, you might want to expand your viewing time. Now is a perfect period to watch Tarkovsky films like Mirror or Stalker, or Alain Resnai's Hiroshima, Amour, or Last Year at Marienbad, that dissolve the classic narrative. Work your way through visceral viewing experience like Jeanne Dielmann, Dogstar Man, or Sleep Has Her House, where time spent watching becomes the focal point of your viewing experience. And then move on to the hybrids. With so much viewing experience under your belt, you can now really appreciate the films that blend avant-garde and traditional cinema together, like Tropical Malady by Apichatpong Weerasethakul or Holy Motors by Leos Carax. And just like that, you're into avant-garde cinema. A list of all films mentioned will be in the video's description, so have fun watching. Bye!